One of the biggest problems that happens when you start a solopreneur business where you are the face, you are the energy, you are the working personnel, and probably you are the office manager who's also cleaning the office. One of the biggest problems that happens is that you are the face and you are the marketing angle of your business. However, as soon as a prospect comes in touch with you, you have to start bringing in your products, and you may not be sure of these products. So there's a little bit of product validation energy also there in the sales interaction and in your business. And then a lot of times people still have this misconception today that for me to be able to make a lot of money, I do need to have either a physical product or some kind of tangible product, which is great. You can definitely start with a physical product, tangible product, or even a services product. Like a lot of people are into financial services, etc. When they start their solopreneur business, you can have your own technology consulting. You can have your own services agency, whatever it is. But all of these come under the broad area of basically products, even if it's a service. Okay, and the product market misfit that happens is that a lot of times people are not really looking to go into the product directly, okay, even though they may need it. The name of the game today is that products or even the services which you call like a product is the lowest in the ecosystem of the product ecosystem that is in demand today. Okay, and in order to understand the psyche of the buyer, you need to understand all of the levels of the things that they are actually paying for. They may still be buying your product or service, but what are they in truth, what are they paying for? Okay, so I just want to share something that I found in a meme on Facebook the other day, and what that meme said was that poor people buy things, poor people buy things, middle class people buy experiences, all right, rich people buy time, and wealthy people, they buy assets that buy everything else. Okay, and today if you see a lot of people, they are not really in on a buying frenzy when it regards to products, and most things that are actually products or widgets or some little services, etc., are all sold on networks. So if somebody wants to buy a physical product, they're pretty much going to go to Amazon. Even if I go to a bookstore or a real clothing store or something like that, and if I like something, I always check it up on Amazon, because I don't want the hassle of buying it then and there, getting stuck in their combinations and discount cycles and all. I know I'm going to get the cheapest deal, the best deal, and home delivery, and guaranteed pickup from my house when I buy the same thing from Amazon. So Amazon is now the go-to place for buying all things physical. You'll have networks which are the go-to place for buying all things grocery. You'll have places where people go to buy courses like Coursera or something like that. Whatever it is that you're selling, with is a product or service, it is transacted on a network. If you have some kind of services which are commonly found, you can find them on freelancer.com, fiverr.com. Even hiring today, you have networks where people will vet your hire for you and get your custom hire for a certain fee. So people are not really looking for a physical good or even a, what do you call, like a commodity service directly, although they may still buy your services. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, hey, I have a digital service with my agency and people still buy it. But the way you got to project it is, you got to project it in a way that it offers, in addition to actually being a thing or a widget, it gives people some kind of an experience. It gives people the promise that it will buy them time. So either the convenience factor is very high, or the return on their investment is very high in terms of time, or that it becomes an asset, or the relationship with you yourself. You are the brand, you are the face. The relationship with you, how is it going to bring them time, save them time, or buy them back the time that they have already lost? Those are the aspects that need to be there in your product strategy. And this is a solopreneur series, so I'm not going to talk about the sales angle too much, but I'll talk about the product strategy angle. Very simply put, people today, they don't want only a certain thing, especially if you're into selling like the most commonly the health products or the financial products. People want to get experiences. That means you, under your own license, should be able to provide them a certain experience, whether it could be like a membership, it could be a physical retreat, it could be even a program where they get to butt heads, it could be a challenge where they get to butt heads and sit in the same room with other people on the same journey as them. This is the this is probably going to be the highest value product in the ecosystem very soon, if it is not already. People pay truckloads of money to hang out with other people just like them, or their level of competence or their level of passion. And in order to be part of a club like that, I'll just use the word club. In order to be part of a club like that, people pay n amounts of money. Okay, so do you just have a service or a product? Like if you're selling a health product, that's fine. If you're selling financial product, that's fine. Probably these companies that you're selling on behalf of, they also have some kind of group experience which people can be a part of, but that is owned by the company. And a lot of times the company has kind of lost the plot on the branding front. Would you agree with that? Okay, companies have lost the plot on the branding front. You are the brand. You got to create your own experience, which could be a membership group, it could be a challenge, it could be a physical experience in a retreat or something like that. Okay, so you need to turn your product, you need to have your product, but you also need to have an experience related to the product. No problem. Okay, rich people buy time. How is your time really, how is your product really helping people to get time back? Hey man, the product helps them to invest their money, that is fine. If they eat this particular supplement, they will be healthy, so they don't need to cook and all of that, that is also fine. But how is it helping them to buy time? You need to create your own product. So for example, a lot of people who are buying, let us say, your health supplement or your dietary service or something like that, a lot of dietitians, I see a lot of nutritionists or fitness coaches, what they do is, hey man, I give them a list of ingredients that they can, I give them a list of raw material that they should be in the fridge, and don't keep these raw materials, keep these raw materials. I give them some ideas about the dishes that they can make that are totally healthy. That's amazing. Hey, I give them a list of recipes that they can use that is very useful. That is also good. Go one step further, man. Go one step further. Today everybody is buying things on apps, so whether it is Meetigo or Farm Fresh or Reliance Fresh or whatever app that they're using to buy their grocery, you should have the entire shopping list by code number given to them in PDF, where they can just click, they open the PDF, they click on it and it opens in Farm Fresh, they click on it and it opens in the Reliance app or whatever it is. You should have entire shopping list. You should have, I'm just giving you ideas that I've read in books. I am not myself a fitness consultant or anything like that, but how are you helping people to save time, go the extra mile, and include that into your membership product? The next one is, wealthy people buy assets that buy everything else. This comes very, very handy for you if you're building teams. I remember when I was part of a team in a network marketing company, there was a gentleman called Bill Britt who had created a whole system of education where he could ramp up anybody from a zero mindset to a millionaire mindset. Do you have programs like that? Do you have assets like that? Do you have lead generation systems that can be replicated for your teams that are probably doing the same business like you? Do you have education that can be replicated? So you need to start building your own replication systems. I see a lot of people who are working for finance like insurance companies or networking companies as a distributor who say, oh, I can't do this new thing for myself because how the hell do I replicate it to my downlines? And we are only in a business of replication. Yes, you're in a business of replication. Create something new that can be replicated. That can be replicated. Okay, as a digital service provider for commission selling industry, and as the leading provider in the nation probably today, we have developed systems that people at the top can use and they can easily replicate to their downlines and their entire teams with one click. No additional fees, no nothing. It is like a viral systems that people can use, and no additional fees to us. Why? Because we want the industry to grow. Okay, we know that the top people in every industry, the top ranker in network marketing, the top ranker in insurance selling, their own volume is not as important to them as replicating assets, which could be knowledge assets, which could be technical assets, which could be lead generation assets, over to their team faster and faster. So we've helped them build that. Okay, you should be doing that at your level in whatever industry you're working, whether it is healthcare, nutrition care, whatever it is, if financial services, even if you have your own agency. Are you creating assets? Let's say that you're an agency, you sell some kind of service. Let's say you're a chartered accountant service. When people buy your service as a chartered accountant, are you creating assets for them that they can use in their daily life? I remember back in the day, my chartered accountant actually created a simple Google sheet where I could put in some numbers and it would do some calculations for me that would help me advance calculate my taxes, my GST, things like that. And they would just, they'd created tools that I could use to invoice my customers. So I didn't know how to use invoicing tools. And they had created their own tool and they said, you can just use this tool for free. You're a client, enjoy, and just make sure that you track your invoice numbers and all properly. And the tool would actually track the invoice numbers. It would give us an output report, and the whole thing was free. It took my chartered accountant like once to build, probably paid a developer or something like that. And then he gave it to all his clients because Now, it's just like a thank you gift to your clients. But the point is that I'm never going to leave my chartered accountant because of these things that he gave me. Hey, if he had asked me to pay for it, I would have happily paid for it as well. Okay. So you need to go one level deeper and build stuff that everybody buys. Definitely people buy things, and I don't mean poor people. This is just coming from a meme I watched on Facebook, that certain people buy things, but everybody today is not interested in buying your supplement or your insurance policy or your widget or your service that you have. Even if you're in services, let's say you're in Facebook ad services. I am in Facebook ad services. A lot of people just don't want to buy the service, man. They need something more. And if you don't give them something more, they're going to price compare you with the next best person. And guess what? Your business is going to race all the way down to the bottom, just comparing and giving discounts and things like that. Okay, so you got to add value. How do you add value? In addition to the thing that you have, do you also have a tied up experience? Obviously, everybody is not going to be part of the experience. Some people will say, okay, I just want the basic stuff. I don't want to hang out with you on a retreat or something like that. No problem. Are you helping them to buy time by creating add-ons to your product, which you can also upsell? Instead of giving for free, you can definitely charge extra money. Are you helping them build assets that they can use for their entire organization? Or are you helping them use assets for themselves, just like the example I gave you of my chartered accountant? Okay, so those are the thoughts I want to leave with you today. And today's video is going to be very short. I just wanted to belt one out for you so I can be on time with my delivery. And I hope this was of use. And hey man, help me out if there is a particular topic that you want to know more about, how to run a business. I have been a distributor for a different company, and I have also run my own solopreneur business all the way to 3 crores a year. And I came from a employee background. Okay, so I've been able to do it. I would like to help other people to move from employeeship into becoming a business owner, because that is the need of the economy today. And I want India to be the solopreneurship capital of the world. Today it is America. Okay, today it is America. But yeah, we can do it. If there's anything that I can do for you, just let me know in the comments, and I'm going to make a video based on your particular request. All right, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.